Hi guys, welcome back to DoW Discord tournament. We have another match between Uncle Skull, his famed Dark Eldar, against Deso's Orks in Fata Morga. One of the most balanced map out there with no negative cover, but I've already said that, so let's just move on straight to the match. We have Orks starting on the top. 2 Sluggus opener with Gretchen. The boys hut, pretty standard. Orks really cannot deviate much from their opening build. On the bottom we have Uncle Skull, who is sticking with his standard build order of Dark Foundry, and I'm expecting Plasma Generator as well as Homunculus Lab. Really nothing that deviates from his standard opener to get fast Hellions and River Jet Bike. The question is, can Deso's Orc actually defend against it? He has a problem with this 2 opening available. And this Du Bois hut isn't really placed at a very good spot. He should really place the Du Bois hut closer to the strategic point. Somewhere that can protect his strategic point, because the additional firepower here can really help. This area around his settlement is pretty safe because the guns on the settlements really hit hard. What he wants is to create some kind of area where it's very safe, with a lot of turrets firing from all directions whenever the Hellions tries to move in. But looks like he's gonna go straight for the outer points first. Not sure about that because Listening Post has very low hit points and Hellions might have an easy time to blow it up. Anyway, he's going straight for the relic here and strategic point as well. All his capping is almost done except for this one. Meanwhile, 1 minute 30 seconds is probably long enough for production of Hellions to start. 86%, 90%. And Homunculus Laboratory is coming up. River Jetpack will soon follow in like the 3rd minute. Hellions are out. We'll probably jump out immediately. Yes. Why waste the full charge? Just use half the jump jet meter and move on. And Mandrake's already moving in. Wa Tower is being placed at a very strange location here. A little bit too vulnerable if you ask me. But Shooter Boys managed to fan away the Mandrake. But here comes the problem. The Hellions tries to decap, but managed to be cancelled. Managed to stop it, the listening, but this listening post has very low hit points and it might be destroyed. Oh no, that's a huge loss for Orks. Did he manage to cancel in time? I did not see that at all. Big Mac is in play now, and this might be his only chance to stop this attack. Hellions will be forced to pull back because any deeper will subject them to a lot of gunfire from all the settlements and the buildings around them. You can see now that's why this is a problem. This is the boys' hut. Turrets are not really contributing much right now. He should really put the boys' hut somewhere around here to protect this post. Gets a listening post here on the relic point, and this Wa Tower is a little bit too isolated for my liking. This Wa Tower will not contribute much when the Reaver Jetbikes comes in. They can engage 1 listening post at a time, and the problem begins pretty soon, I think. And yes, we have Mandrakes and Hellions, a harassment coming up, and 1 Reaver Jetbike is out in the 3rd minute 20 seconds. Hellions will try to another harass with full reinforced squad, moving in straight away. Mandrake will have to draw a little bit of fire here and pull back. Okay, a little bit too dangerous for Hellions to move in, but decides to move in anyway to tank some damage, but pulls out immediately. Sees the odds a little bit unfavorable. Places a tracking device on the Slugger Boy squad to see what's going on. Pretty good move here, because now he can see the entire Orc army moving away from his base. So the Hellions will be opening a nice path for River Jetbike soon. Shooter squad tries to harass here. Tower loading has a lot of hit points, so I'm not sure about this. The Orc army is a little bit slow if you ask me. 2 Shooter Boy squad, 5 each, 10 of them. But look at this, the amount of damage the Reaver Jetbike can do to lightly armored Shooter Boy squad. This is not a good engagement at all. You shouldn't really be too aggressive when fighting Dark Eldar as Orks, because you don't have enough strong army to beat them in Tier 1. Tier 1 Orks is really no match to Dark Eldar, especially Reaver Jetbikes here, just blinking away, dealing a lot of damage. It's a good thing that the River Jet Bike on the move accuracy is very poor, so the best they can do is probably move ahead of the Orc army, try to blockade them, and then just stand still while shooting. But this leaves them vulnerable to Big Mac, and we'll have to pull back the badly damaged River Jet Bike here. Quite a struggle for the Orcs so far, fighting for their lives, but unable to escape with the Big Mac. We'll have to teleport out quickly. Killing animation makes him invulnerable, but the situation here is becoming more and more serious with 4 River Jet Bikes right at their doorstep. This Big Mac will really have to teleport soon, and that glow is the poison. And pulls out with very little hit points and will get attacked again. Take cover into the listening post before he dies. Please do not engage. Fall back. Ooh, that was a close one. That was a close one. Uncle Skull decides to pull back a bit, repair and regroup. He's probably gonna hit tier 2 in like 1 minute time. But let's look at the economy on Orcs base. Barely have an army remaining after that onslaught. No sluggers left to act as a fodder for the Big Mac squad. Big Mac is very, very wounded. It doesn't take much to kill him, so he better attach him to a squad right away. And stop pushing out. You're putting yourself at a serious risk. However, he might not have a choice because Uncle Skull has full map control, and this forces the Orcs to come out and decapture. And this makes them really vulnerable to all these Poison Blade Mandrakes. Tier 2 unlocked within 20 more seconds, and I'm pretty sure a River Jet Bike targeting module and demonic corruption research will be started very, very soon for Dark Eldar. Meanwhile, Orcs are still stuck in 98-20 economy and pretty much being forced to oh dear. See, I told you. This decapture is a very, very deadly bait. Should really wait until you're really, really ready to decapture. Maybe with a Storm Boy just jumping away so they can escape easily. But now it looks like it's all over. GG pretty much soon. Look at the amount of damage the Orcs suffered. And I'm pretty sure that Uncle Skull is at tier 2 already. And Orcs really have no chance of coming back with no army. Even though he still has an intact base, it's just a matter of time before they completely get destroyed by the incoming Dark Eldar army. There we go. River targeting module, demonic corruption. All this is pretty standard damage. Now we'll be seeing the full power of tier 2 units. I mean tier 2 upgrades. Orcs try to rebuild, but I'm only seeing one shooter boy squad. That's it. 7, an army of 7 out of maximum 45 population. He really has no resources left to deploy here. Tries to erect more banners, but as I said, his economy will start to collapse pretty soon because listening posts are being targeted individually and they cannot really be repaired in time. The amount of damage, incoming damage, is just simply too high. Big Mac gets trained, but I don't think he'll play any part here. Not enough firepower to stop them. 1 watchtower lost. That's gonna be a fallback of their technology as well. And no, 1 Big Mac will not be able to do anything with 1 shooter boys against this kind of army. Tier 2 Mandrake squad with full corruption research and poison blade has a lot of hit points to contend with. Coupled with this River Jet Bike with the targeting module upgrade. How do you counter that? Good question. GG was called, and that's it. Really not much Orcs can do at that point without an army. It was not well played. Yes, this is how Dark Eldar basically deconstructs the Orcs. And he still has a take and hold countdown. Well, not much of a chance so far. Dark Eldar, Uncle Skull seizing another easy victory within less than 10 minutes here. Let's take a look at the endgame stats. But I gotta say, I kinda expected that, really. There's really not much Orcs can do once they start losing like 2/3 of their army. When they move in too aggressively at the start. Let's take a look at the military score. That's it. 40 units killed, 8 units lost. That's huge. And the amount of resources pretty equal. As I said, no listening posts were destroyed in early games, so both sides actually have almost equal resources. Uncle Skull might have a slight lead with 900 requisitions spent, But that's not much. Orcs should be able to keep up with their good economy. Technology-wise, Uncle Skull hitting tier 2 and upgrading what matters. Basically, I saw him getting Demonic Corruption, Poison Blade, and if I'm not wrong, Reaver Targeting Module. One more would be... not sure about that. Anyway, that's it. Good game, and let's hope the next one will be a better match.